Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Karaoke Andi here. And today, once more, it's my absolute pleasure and honor to trade live with you. The EU session today is the 15th of May 2026, and the markets will open in about 4 minutes. It's just enough time to read the disclaimer. This is no financial advice, only for educational purposes. This stream and its recording for educational purposes only. The stream is governed by the stipulations set out on the website of Trader Tom, tradertom.com/disclaimer. All right, so we have a couple minutes to go, and I will trade with you the espresso. I will use a generic 40-point stop loss. I will shoot for 20 points. I already preset that here. My offset is 18 points, which is reflected in the height of those two rectangles. I use them just as a visual guide to put in the orders. We are in a serious, but still sizable gap down situation. DAX closed at 24,456 after the espresso. Let's look a little bit more at the market structure. For now, this is a mechanical breakout to trade, trying to just capture a couple points of early momentum. So one goes above, one goes below. Yeah, so that just helps me to put in my orders. My PC is at this point probably as loud as Tom's PC. The fans are working overtime here. They're like, we're not getting paid for that, Andy. I would say shut up and do your work. But if the fans shut up, then my CPU overheats, and I don't want that. Streaming live through 3 outlets, you need a fairly powerful machine for that. And powerful machines need powerful fans. I coincidentally have a very powerful machine. So 40 more seconds to go, or thereabouts. This looks like this candle might... Oh! Bloody hell! Almost did it here on the 10-minute chart, but I do the espresso on the 5-minute chart. Sorry for that, but it's not a big difference. So 10 more seconds to go. I have to get the long order in. Boom. So 3, 2, 1, and open. If I don't get filled within 3 minutes, I will not delete the orders. I will just change the range. I call that the karaoke espresso. but that rarely happens. Maybe today. Electrolytes and ice, ladies and gentlemen. Stay hydrated throughout the whole trading session. Hope it's not too annoying for you. Look, you see me sit here in gym clothes. My day is very fragmented, very well structured. I have to be very German about
Order
it.
filled.
Filled long, espresso long. So just for I'm always wondering, is there more than 20 points in their move? Today I haven't prepared much, so I will just trade this mechanically. Come on, Bulls. I want 6 more points out of it. Was that too much to ask? 1 minute chart. Come on, bull close. Ooh. This on any other time frame, that would be a serious reversal pattern. A 1 minute chart directly at the open doesn't tell you only so much. Yeah. The lower the time frame, the more noise you have. I will delete the short order for now. It doesn't look like it goes, huh? I will close that here for 2 or 3 points. So yeah, +3. I will not post that on Telegram. Okay, now it goes. Are you kidding me? Nah. Anyway. Wow, my PC is slow. Looks like we're getting a first bar negative in the FTSE. So we shall buy below. I'm willing to entertain that idea. Putting an order in. Buy order in the FTSE at 10,282 First bar negative. FTSE is also in a gap down situation, closed at 10,372.93, above the overnight range. Basically, we are trading now. Let's be precise here. Yeah, we opened below the session low of yesterday, which was here at 10,308. Still within the confinements, albeit on the lower half of the overnight range. But the FTSE is a strange animal, you know. It seems to me to make a move and then cover it, making a move, hopefully covering it. So we're not filled yet. So the DAX this red line here is the is yesterday's session low. We also opened below it. Close was up here, and overnight high and session high came in at 24,496 for the session high, and overnight high, well, everything from in between sessions, that's what I call overnight for the purpose of this chart here, at 24,484, cash close 24,456. So we opened well below everything, same as in the FTSE, but inside the overnight range. Overnight low came in at 24,075. This gray line is the midpoint of everything what happens between the cash sessions, and it looks like I would have comfortably gotten my 20 points. It was too flimsy. But I rather have really momentum carrying that. And get quick points. There needs to be some momentum at the open, some volatility. If it's too slow, I don't think the espresso is the right approach. If you trade that religiously, mechanically, there's also something to be said in just executing it, right? As you have seen, my more, how do you call it, discretionary decision to close that early was not rewarded. I missed out on 17 points. Well, actually, a couple more. So the reason why I'm not that prepared today is I want to keep my private life a little bit out of social media and from that stream. But I will say this much: I'm a husband and father. We have a 5-year-old daughter, and the wife is out of town today and for the weekend, and I'm in charge. That also means I have to bring the girl to kindergarten, to to pick her up in the late afternoon. I will stream again for you, I think, for the US session, but I have a hard cutoff there. I can do maybe an hour 15 max. Then I need to leave. So for all of you mothers and fathers out there, if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. And do I envy the young ladies and gentlemen who can just eat, trade, train, sleep, repeat? Lovely. I'm now in a gym schedule that requires me to go on each and every working day. Classical 5 split. So Monday chest, Tuesday back, Thursday shoulders, and now the DAX goes up. Bloody hell. Anyway, guess where I will be heading right after this stream? We'll go to the gym. And then I have to run some errands. Tom also has parents' commitments, so and next week you will be with me basically every day. And I hope that's all right with you. FTSE not yet filled. I will split screen the charts here, and forgive me if I still haven't learned the proper keyboard combination. Or this here. Also Chrome browser comes with the integrated split screen view. Now look at that. An early bull trend, and we could have been on it if I hadn't been so flimsy. Just look at the markets here, very rotational, very news driven. DAX since Friday in a range. Now back on the way to the top of the range. Yeah, and looks like buyers were stepping in the FTSE as well, just earlier, not below the first bar low. I think I will delete that order. So nothing done, no open orders, no open positions. So, couple of comments. My man Ota here says thanks for the entry info. If you allow, I will just screenshot that. So look at that. That gentleman is in and already 60 points in profit. How does it make me feel now? Like, well done, mate. Well done. So Tushar asks, hi, how much risk you put per trade in FAX and FTSE? So in FAX, I actually, good point. Can't access that here. I use an 80-point stop loss in the FAX and in the FTSE at 25-point stop loss. Obviously, that was a typo there. It's DAX and FTSE. In percentage, yeah, in percentage. That is, well, normally I risk something between 2 and 3% per trade. When I trade with you, I trade much smaller size because, believe it or not, this is emotionally taxing. So, thank you, Andy, even if it's pretty small size. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my trading size is... look, this should be educational for you. I'm not sure if I'm not Tom, you know. If I trade by myself, I trade a little bigger size, but not anything close to what Tom does. But I will say this, I trade much more aggressively. Here I want, during that hour half, I want to make a point of showcasing good trading so that there's something in for you. And what's in for me is social accountability. I believe it helps me with my own execution. I can't hide here, so I have thousands of eye pairs on me, and that's what's in for me. A bloody hell, right? Marianne, hi there. You can try Power Toys in Windows and you can use fancy zones from it. And you can define areas on your screen, and when you drag a window, press shift. My god. Yeah. You are all like system administrators, right? So I am not. I have been on Windows all my life. So in case this is developing into a trend day here in the DAX, FTSE is trading higher. Now let's trade the advanced school run. I think that Don't need much risk for that. We see continuation. So, excuse me for a second. Or we can maybe even, assuming this is an uptrend, try to buy below prior bar low in the DAX. Okay. I'm attempting a long position, buying the DAX here, below prior bar low in an uptrend. $80 stop loss all the way down here. We'll delete those. Obvious target would be overnight range high. And if we make it that far, maybe even a gap close. So we have 1, 2, 3 consecutive bull bars closing at their highs with very little overlap. So now I'm trying to get a better entry than the aggressive screw run long. That's why I bought below prior bar low, hoping for buyers to step in and that trend to resume. Depending on the next close, I'm contemplating a long position also in the FTSE. But I'm a little bit careful. Those indices, they are somewhat correlated. We are in a gap down situation. So there is a risk, of course, that we will start a reversal here. Don't like the close in the FTSE, even though it's a bull close, but I would have loved to see a close above prior bar high. Can't have everything, so focus on the DAX. See on a 15-minute chart, a very nice looking bull bar. Sometimes they look too nice. If they're too good to be true, sometimes a good idea to do the opposite. You know, if you wanted to scalp a few points, you can always try to sell on close and hope for a little bit of overlap. In this case, that would have worked out. But I don't want to scalp during these sessions. I believe there is not much educational value in that. Okay. All right, time to take out the Fibonacci tool. That's just me. I just like to measure pullbacks. See that a shallow pullback of 38.2% is usually indicative of a stronger trend. But you also see 50% and even 61.8% pullbacks. Everything deeper than that is either a reversal or we're starting to trade in a range. But it's just rule of thumb. So here's a color change, a little bit of buyers coming in. Position is ever so slightly in profit, but there needs to be follow through. Huh? School run comes in 1 minute and a half. I would certainly add to this position on a school run. If we get follow through on this beautiful candle here, no problem. The current 15-minute bar is red, yes, but look, we have a small body and we are trading here still within the upper half, maybe even upper third of this strong bull bar. So no reason to panic. I'm long now, so I will not take the school run short. Don't want to hedge positions here. So far, there's no need to doubt that this is a bull trend, but we can of course end up in a trading range or in a reversal. I can only trade what's right in front of me. So, putting an order in for school run long. So, while we're waiting for that, it would be nice if the bulls would wake up, right? See how the bear bodies here get smaller. Bar number 6 on the 5-minute a doji, but still with a red body. 7 now. Hope this is still a bull flag or bullish pennant or however you call that. Fridays you sometimes see can turn into great trend days. But Fridays can also be days where you give away a lot of the profits that you have made during the week. So school run short almost got triggered. I haven't. As I said, I'm long. I'm not taking it, but I'm mindful of that. This looks more like a, okay, let's measure again. One point, have to acknowledge that the idea of a bull trend is not correct. So there was a 50% retracement mark. Now we are approaching 61.8%. So this would be a deeper retracement, and below that we're getting into reversal territory. Unfortunately, good close for the bears. I want to see here 75%, just for my own curiosity. 25%. I don't want to see the extensions. Also not the negatives. Yeah, that's the stuff I'm interested in. Okay. feeling I should be short. I'm moving my stop loss to 24 to 14. We have retraced 75% and now I'm stopped out. So the classic school run short, huh? Would have been the thing. I will wait now and assess. So FTSE also reversed. Full-blown bear surprise. So will we see indeed a reversal and new lows for the day, or will we be establishing a trading range? One, two, three, four, five consecutive bear bars. The previous two were rather decisive. Came all the way down to where we opened. You see, that's what I meant with a too good to be true bar in the DAX. Also, mind you, I'm playing it defensive, but with my original stop loss, would still be in the game. I'm not too mad of being out of this. It was objectively wrong to be long at that point. So on the way down, I think I mentioned that, or I said something in the lines of, I feel I should be short. So feeling is always a dangerous thing. So is that really, is that experience, intuition speaking, or is that just fear speaking? But I believe the momentum for the bears, especially here, was very real. So let's wait for the close. So obviously the next interesting level is the low of the first bar, 24,190. So we can either find support here. So that would speak for a trading range. We would have a little double bottom here, trade back up. Or we could see new lows. So again, bloody hell, it's back to this little analysis here. As I said, we opened basically below the whole cash session range in a gap down situation. However, we recovered a little bit in the overnight here, quite significantly so. Till about here. All right, so and then we had a strong push up. Not a strong case for the bulls in bar number 9. Momentum down seems to continue. The 15-minute, 2 consecutive bear bars. Could close on 3. Definitely below 2. But not yet below the body or the low of bar number 1. But bears still active. But what I'm trying to convey here, I'm of two minds whether to buy in this area again. Or to bet on continuation down. And so far we would need to retrace these steps here. And obviously this happened here outside of the cash session. There we go, new lows for the day. Stand by for a short position. Shorting the DAX here. $24,193. Stop loss 24,273. And now, obviously, if we end up in a trading range or anyway, I get stopped out, I will not push it further. Then it's just like that. So don't want to get chopped up on a Friday, but rather treat carefully. So, but I believe that my original stop loss was 84. Almost hit. Now it would be hit. So now I don't feel so bad in reducing my risk earlier. FTSE is coming down, issuing now a buy signal on the first bar negative. I'm not sure I want to take that. We came all the way back down here. I prefer that to rather trigger in the beginning and then be in the move. Also with the DAX showing weakness. Anyway, I'm not happy with being so flimsy in the espresso. That would have been at least a 20 points buffer. Or like this gentleman who used that as an entry and had their 60 points. Also, I'm not unhappy that I followed my conviction. This was, to me, let's say, continuation worthy. So it was a shot to buy there. But you see, the safer bet would have been to wait for the school run. Okay. And that would have been a difference of maybe 22 points. Oh, sorry, where was my entry? If I bought somewhere here. $63.95. Okay, that would be 30 points difference. But then that long wouldn't have been triggered, and I would probably have taken the school run short. On the other hand, if you expect there to be a trend, you want to be on it, right? You want to find a reason to jump on. So the hope that we now see a little bit more downside. This is obviously already one leg. So a pullback here, continuation down. If you reverse again back up here, I will not take any more trades. Then I have to say, okay, this is not me reading the markets correctly. Bloody hell. So let's take a couple questions. Mocha, hello. I'm curious as to your idea behind taking the long on the DAX, as I understand that it is a prior bar low on an uptrend, but at the same time triggers an ASRS short. Yeah, brother. So the aggressive school run is something that allows you to jump on a trend early, but the efficacy is lower than on the classical school run, right? And to me, my own read on the market might override sometimes a mechanical setup. So today you would have been perfectly right to short below bar number 4. If you have done that, well done, brother. My hat goes off to you. You did better than me. Also, the traditional school run short here probably would have already put stop loss to break even. Maybe even would have taken profits down here, or partial profits. However, I am behind, right? So what I have seen here were a strong 5-minute bar closed at its high, second 5 minutes bar closed above prior bar high, and then a strong third 5 minute bar closed at its high, and then we had one bull bar, yes, that made a new high, closed at its low, but still in the upper third here. And if you believe this could develop into a bull trend, into an early bull trend, then you don't want to buy up here. We want to buy a little cheaper down here, but with the risk of being wrong, which I was. So as soon as that became evident, we retraced deeper and deeper. I moved my stop loss up, risking only 50 points. As I said, anything deeper than 61.8% to me is more indicative of a reversal, and my original stop loss would have been hit. So I was probably justified in protecting there my equity a little bit. Thank you for your explanation. I did indeed go ASRS short, but didn't add on the school run short. Well, if they're so close together. Love your addition on Tom's channel. You're really great. Oh, well, that is lovely that you say that. Thank you very much. Stonksman. Hey, Andy, there's a mixed sentiment in sectors inside DAX. So maybe sideways through the days until something happens. Disagreement in finance. Yeah. If this is a bloody range day and I get fucking chopped up, brother, then it is what it is. I'm a breakout trader. I can only do that. Swing the bat, control the risk. Good luck today. Love your trading style. Thank you. I appreciate that. Andreas, your size doesn't matter. You show up and show your setup. What more can people ask of? Thank you. I appreciate that. I believe that's the right approach to look at this. You shouldn't do what I am doing. You should find your own style and your own way. You can see somebody like me execute here, putting not much, but real money on the line. Showing up, show you the execution. This is one way to do it. You have to find your own. I think that's the right way to approach this. Good luck, mate. Thank you. Artimp, Richard Camp. Quite a few people here forget this is a favor, free rather than a paid service for formal commitments. Your 5-year-old is the priority. Thank you, sir. I believe that too. However, if I make a commitment, I try to honor that, obviously. So, hi, Andy. How did you calculate the lot sizes? I got slightly different numbers by using Tom's number as reference and going from Dow Jones as my smallest lot size. But brother, I'm taking. How do I calculate lot sizes? Ready? Don't obsess over my lot size, man. I don't have a 100,000 euro account, and also I don't deposit all my money with a broker if I don't use it. If that makes sense. You know, call that operating capital, right? Just enough to meet margin requirements. I need to withdraw profits to pay bills, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? So, we can discuss after the stream. You can give it a try. Nice thing. Marian, brother, I'm okay. Look, here this Windows 10 that has that grid where windows can snap into, right? So that is for the purpose of this stream, that is sufficient. That's all right. I'm good. Thanks for jumping into cover for Tom, and I love your streams. Your calmness is wonderful. Oh, I appreciate that. Adding to my short position here. I also get the parent timing and weird gym time thing. It gets worse when they become teenagers. So yeah, I believe that. I believe that. So $66. Stop loss 24,246.8. Oh, that bugs me. Could have been short from up there, huh? Bloody hell. Okay. So this is obviously the second leg down. Now the question is where to get out. Maybe we get a third leg. One thing that I sometimes like to use for exits is on the close of a 5 or 10-minute bar. Because after a juicy bear bar like that, you can be sure there will be some retracement. So if you're following me, which you shouldn't, here, okay, there were 50 points. Now we are retracing here on this little support area. So, but there was an opportunity to recoup the earlier loss, right? I will stay short. I go. Closing my add-on for plus 21. Stop loss to break even on the first. Oh. Closing half on first. Letting rest run. Possible target. Overnight range low around 24,075. So that should made a little bit back. I believe in Tom is usually he's going for the jugular. He wants to extract as much as possible. Once he sniffs out that he might be in a move, he aggressively adds to it. However, I try to play it a little bit more defensively. Also, you know, if I'm 50 points or so in profit, I want to also pay myself a little bit. So, because that thing can find support here, can stop me out for 0. Would be a bloody shame to not have extracted some points. But that's, you know, that's me. You have to figure that out for yourself. How much is your own risk tolerance? Also, where you want to take profit. So if you take the length of this leg, there's the pullback. So we move that over. So if you believe in equal distant swings here, then so like that the second leg would be as long as the first, then you would get out around here, 112, 110, 113, maybe a point or two, always north of the target in a down move. Close is close enough often. You bite yourself in the ass if you miss your target by a tick or so. So here was a gentleman writing Tom, and Tom again forwarded me that. Chris, he asked, Andy, does have so many pairs of eyes watching you change you trade? Yeah, you better believe that. It's not if you're under that much scrutiny, and you're all, I consider you an educated audience. You learned from Tom here for a very long time. That is quite scary. So I'm trying to come here well prepared. I'm trying to trade to the best of my ability, show you good trading. And yeah, it is also reflected in my stake size. I'm trading smaller here than I would do by myself. I'm trading less aggressive. I feel the responsibility. Oh, lovely. Quickly, what did I say? The length of the first leg was why does it disappear here? What is that for a bloody drawing tool? Look, that would almost play out. Also, look at this structure here. Yeah, why don't we adjust our target? To 80 points. How do you describe it? How do you write that up? 2412.8. So, okay. That came down nicely. Yes. Hey Andy, why did both Tom and you trade offshore? Is UK capital tax too much for traders? Brother, you have to, you make here some assumptions. For example, I'm a tax resident in the Czech Republic. It's a completely different tax regime than the UK. The reason why you go offshore is if you want to have higher leverage. Leverage is capped in the EU to 30 to 1. I'm with Trade Nation here. It's no secret. They offer you 200 to 1. Not everywhere. Depends where you actually sit, where your residency is. Great shot. Can't wait to see you trade 100 lots. I'm not sure I will ever trade 100 lots live, guys. That is a little bit. Sorry, I'm not like that ice cold Viking. Even though Tom called me Iceman the other day, and look, close is close enough, huh? There you go. Almost. If I hear one more time about lot size, I swear to God that was not me. That was a friend of mine writing that. Thank you. Got stopped out by the spread. Life is pain. Sorry for that, brother, but it happens. But maybe you will be saved by the bell. Spread betting is tax-free if it's a secondary form of income in the UK, that is. I've heard that too. Miraculous tax laws there, but it's an ancient society, right? They still have their lords and in the upper how's that called? House of Parliament, in the upper chamber. And those gentlemen, they want to engage in gentlemanly activities. They want to gamble. They want to place bets, we almost hit the target. Bloody hell! So they want to gamble. They want to place bets, and so. Since they have legislative power, or used to, they probably said, well, we should make trading a form of declared as a form of betting, of gambling, and that will be tax exempt, right? So they call it spread betting, right? No, you're just trading contracts for difference and don't pay taxes on it. Target hit, so boom. So, so my first idea was to target the box of this overnight range here. What I was very off is this little block there. But yeah, follow your conviction, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm trying to convey here. There's nothing wrong of staying short. It's a gap down, and this trend even seems to be accelerating more. Tom is probably 500% short by now. Should he trade? Well, how do I look now, huh? Taking profits here. Anyway, not so lucky, but at least I didn't lose money. And would that have reversed back up? It would also look much differently. But still, you know, seeing that and not being in, well, it is what it is. So, a couple more questions and then we can wrap this up. Listen, you did well to take profit. It could have reversed. You don't know. You did good points. Thank you. Super session, Andy. Well done for holding your trade into that area. Hard to do on your own, but even harder with an audience. Yeah, I bloody agree. You act too humble, Andy. True, you might not be Tom's level, but you are one of the best I have seen. Ooh, wow, that is... hey, I have to be... I'm blushing right now, brother. Today was a great example. I'm sure in time you will trade 100 lots too. I'm willing to bet on that. Thanks. I hope as well. Well done for today. As I said to Tom, if Andy keeps following the process, he will do fine. I hope so too. Guten Tag, Andy. Thank you for the stream. Great to hear your thoughts. What is the classic school run short? Where will it drop to? When you switched to short, it immediately went long. So how do you keep your nerve? And what was the definite signal for short? Still some luck to it. Well, so I deviated a little bit from the mechanical entries. So the aggressive school run is the fourth 5-minute bar. So you would sell short below bar number 4 here. And look at that, all the way down. That would have been the perfect entry. Instead, I bought there because, at that point, it looked to me, this is an uptrend. And I hope that this was a mere pullback. So, I put my stop loss down there. And then until bar number 6 or so, I was still, okay, this could still be like a bull flag or bullish pennant. And then there was bar number 7, and then there was continuation. And I measured the pullback, and I believe I explained to you anything deeper. To me, that's just me, right? When it pulls back more than 61.8%, then that to me, that smells like a reversal or entering a trading range. Definitely, the odds of continuation higher are just, at that point, they're not there anymore. So I protected my equity by reducing stop loss to 50 points, got stopped out. And the moment where we made new lows for the day, I sold short. Then for a while here, bar number 11, it looked like I would be fucked and this would end up being a trading range, right? But then turned out, nope. That was just the pullback of the first leg down, and then we had continuation. And so as for a target, I at first was flirting with the low of the overnight range. And I was thinking, okay, it's maybe more realistic to measure the first leg here and get out somewhere around there. So anyway, nobody knows what's going to happen, right? So here I was very much convinced we would go higher, and at this point it was still the possibility that this would be one of those Fridays where we just range away, right? And I would get chopped up. So I was wary of that, but new lows for the days, big gap down. So I was taking my chances here and then selling short, adding a little bit to it, and then played it safe. So that's what I did. I hope that explains it. If I may, then I have something to ask. Had you ever tried anything apart from price action, like order flow tools, DOM, footprints? Nope, I never have done that. And I will probably happily retire without that. I believe that, look, guys, you need to have some sort of edge, right? I personally studied. Yeah. See that? L. Brooks, price action. I religiously followed Tom, learned from Tom, right? So that's what I looked at. A little bit Larry Pesavento. That's why I take the FIB tool out to measure pullbacks and retracements, right? Sometimes an ABCD. Yeah, but at the end of the day, as you saw today, nobody knows what's going to happen. I got messages here. I believe I read one. One gentleman said this looks like it will be range bound. Clearly not. Right now we are trading lower, right? So you will not know what will happen. You need some sort of edge, obviously. Hone your skills in reading the market, whatever that is. If it's DOM, if it's footprints, if it's order flow, then it's that. For me, I trade naked charts. I read price action. So I will do that. But it's much harder to hold a trade that is in profit, right? So that's at the end of the day that will make all the difference. Yeah. Most of you take your damn profits too early, and guess what? I am also guilty of that sometimes, right? Would have been much better if I didn't close my my second entry, if I didn't take half profits, right? But I did. Yeah, I traded a little bit my P&L, right? I have to also survive to trade another day. Risk management is important, but just from the pure trading psychology perspective, I think you get what I mean, right? And often enough, we don't work on the right things. We work on the wrong things. Did Tom just write that helped my account? Thank you, Andy. Did Tom just follow me? Bloody hell. I believe I will wrap this up. This is getting a little bit too crazy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still just humble Karaoke Andi here. It was an absolute pleasure. If you're still short the DAX, well done. That seems to go lower. Anyway, if you want, I will see you for the US session. Karaoke Andi